Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. So this week I'm using the Stars at Night bundle. Let me point you down. So this bundle is amazing. You've got the stamps, which are, I think, photopolymer. So you've got stars and 3 sentiments. The dies, there's 14 dies, which are awesome. And you also have a hybrid embossing folder. And the beauty of this is this one die here, which is 3 stars. I'm going to make sure I get it the right way up. So it's this one. Fits into your embossing folder. So you'd put your cardstock on the top and run it through. It will emboss the whole sheet and die cut these 3 embossed. Now if you just want to use it as an embossing folder, fine, and then you can run those through separately, which is, you'll see in a minute what I've done, but it really is an amazing bundle. So that is what I'm using today. I've used all 3 actually. I'm going to start with the I'll start with the simplest just to get us going. Oh, and before I forget, just to remind you, so we're the 20th today. So we've got 11 more days of the starter kit special, 35% off or 35% more. So option 1, get 35% off your starter kit. So spend £130 worth of product and pay only £64.35. Absolutely awesome. And then the other one is get more. So spend 99. Sorry, the bundle is not bundle. The kit is £99, but you get to spend £175.50. So absolutely awesome. And then once you've signed up, you will get free access to this year's On Stage, which is virtual, on the 11th of November. And if you can't attend live, you get to see the recordings are available till January sometime. And then you will get 20% discount. You'll be part of a community, part of a team, and it's just wonderful. Right, so let me crack on. So card 1, this is, I think, Wild Wheat is coming into its own because I'm kind of using it instead of using gold, because the gold foil is obviously a lot more expensive, but the Wild Wheat kind of looks like it. So with this one, I've taken Starry Sky, which is an in colour still around till May, and I've embossed it, so hopefully you can see that embossing. And then I've die cut these 3 stars and put them on the top, stamped the sentiment, and just added it. So this is a relatively quick and easy card. Now that is what you want if you are doing multiples of them. And also I've got a very vanilla insert, so let's get cracking. I've got some birthday cards to make because we're having a get together tonight. I have 3 brothers whose birthdays are within 5 days of each other, basically. And tonight we're getting together for a meal with my dad, and it's the first time since 2018. Unfortunately, we're not all going to be together. I'm going to get together with my 3rd brother. Oh, that's because it's been embossed. Okay, let's use my seal. Actually, no, I'm going to use wet glue because of the embossing. I should have thought of that earlier, because you've got indentations. So let's just use the wet glue. So I know I had everything ready, but it would have taken me, I don't know, 5 minutes to cut the cardstock, emboss and die cut. Really not very long, probably not even that long. Okay, so there's my card already. I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and there I've got, because of the stars, I thought wishing you a season of hope and light, but we have a Merry Christmas, so let's do that as well. And will that fit in there? Yes, I think so. And I've used Wild Wheat to stamp because, again, I think it looks like red. Not red, gold. My brain's not working today, so apologies. Probably because I'm rushing. Right, let's slow down, and hopefully this is going to fit. Yes, it does. I'm going to need that again later, so keep that out. And also just to remind you that if you use the host code and spend £30 in my online store on anything, cardstock, adhesive, whatever you want, I will then send you this kit free, so enough to make 2 each of the cards, so 6 cards. Right, so that's the first one. Now all I need to do is pop my stars. Now where they've been embossed, there are some lines, so I'm just going to fold along the lines just to try and kind of give it a bit of a 3D effect, and then across the diagonal there and across the diagonal there. Okay, so now we've got a slight kind of 3D effect, and that will go on there. And I'm going to just take my glue, and that's going in there, in the big one. Where's that one going to go? That's going to go down there. Right, let's put that one on, and then I'll do the same with the other one. I really am in love with this embossing and then die cutting. It just adds another level to your card making, but it is so, you know, straightforward. The embossing folder does everything, all the hard work for you. Now this is quite thin, so I need to be a bit careful doing my folding here. I might just do the diagonal. Because it is so thin. There we go. And I'm just lining it up with my embossed area. And then last but not least, this little one here. I'm going to use my I'm actually covering up the embossing with that one, but that's okay. And then I should have, I did have the stars. What have I done with those? Let me get them. I thought I had them out already. No, they're not there. Okay, they're around somewhere. But as you can see on this one, I've added the stars to the middle. So I will find those and add those later. Now, this Merry Christmas, I'm just going to trim it. Just going to cut it with my scissors because I want it to go right up against the edge there. And I'm popping that on with dimensionals. I've lost my big one, so it's minis to the rescue. They're around somewhere, but I've been prepping my very cute mega class, which if you'd like details, just put a comment. You get £25 worth of product, and you get to make 12 cards and a couple of little boxes as well. And I'm throwing in a pillow gift. Okay, so there's card one. So as you can see, apart from the fact that I haven't added the stars, that was really very quick and simple. So let's pop that to one side to dry. Now, card two, this is a column card, which I believe was designed by Rachel Tessman, who's an American demonstrator. And it stands like that. Okay, but it folds flat to go in a regular envelope. Now I'm using, I've used the stars, but I've also used the designer series paper, Oh Holy Night, which kind of goes with this bundle. In fact, it's a suite because there is another stamp and die set. And I'm actually using, so the stars are here, and I've used the glow in the dark cardstock. But this, the Wise Men and the Houses, is a retired set. This We Three Kings is my favourite carol, so I've kept it, and I got it since it came out. And I just thought with this designer series paper that they fit perfectly. So I've used crumb cake for the houses because it matches the sand dunes, and then wild wheat for the wise men, 3 kings, because the kings, they need to be in gold. Okay, so that's card 2. So what you do with this one, so I've already cut my designer series paper, and I've cut and embossed my stars, and I've cut and embossed my wise men. I don't know what that's from, that's a spare. And I've cut my house. So I've cut my houses in crumb cake, and then I just drew round them like a stencil in lemon lolly to make it look like there are lights on behind the windows. So I'm just going to glue that together, and I'll just pop a little bit of glue on the houses, and then I will run through the measurements of the card base for you. Again, if you spend £30 and I send you the kit, you will get a full written tutorial with this, with all the measurements. Otherwise you've got to kind of write them down as I say them. Okay, just give that. So that'll have time to dry while I'm doing the rest. Now, as I said, this is a retired set, great tiding. So I'm just going to, I've already die cut the 3 kings, wise men, whatever. Now on this one, I had them, they're walking towards the star, but really I'd like to put one on the front here and have them kind of going towards the houses. So what I did was, that's why I have die cut them. We'll give it a try, and I'm going to try some reverse stamping, and if it doesn't work I'll just do the same as I've done there, so bear with me. I need my wild wheat and my block. What have I done with my block? Oh, there it is. Right, okay, so we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, as I say, I'll just do it. So it's going to be facing the reverse direction. So I'm using my silicone mat. I'm going to turn it over to make sure I've got clean. No, that's even worse. Let's find a clear space. I think I need to give it a bit of a wash. Right, there's some, oops, clear space there. So the first thing I'm going to do is get good coverage. Hopefully you can see this. Stamp it onto my silicone mat, and it is juicy, which is good. Now I'm going to take my die cut, turn it over the other way, and line it up, and push down with my finger. No, that's not good enough. Okay, I will leave it. I'll do it the same as I did this one. I probably need a bit to be a bit more. Right, what I've done is I've stamped it, and now I'm going to put it on the stamp. It is easier to stamp your images and then die cut them, but as I said, I wanted to try the reverse image, but unfortunately it was not to be. So that's better. That's number 1. I'm going to get 2 and 3 out ready. So this one, I think it's this one. Clean him. And last but not least, normally I don't like particularly juicy ink pads, but when you're doing it this way, it's actually really good. And again, last time, pop him on there. So now I've got my stamping done. I've got my my dies already cut and embossed just to save some time. And we'll start putting it in. Right, so to make the column card, I've started with a piece of crumb cake, which is 14.8 by 25.7. And I have scored it at 10.8, 14.6, 18.4 and 22.2. And I'm going to add my designer series paper before I glue it together. Last time I don't know if I can use this. Let's see if I can get that off. I actually put it together and then put my designer series paper on, but I didn't feel that was particularly, on one of them I kind of got the wrong, I've got a gap which you can't really see, but I'm aware of it. So we'll try and do it this way this time. Yeah, it's not a good idea to use Seal or Seal Plus on embossed images because with the indentations. So this is going to the right hand side and it's going to have a little bit of crumb cake surrounding it. Okay, and when I cut the designer series paper, I deliberately cut it in a line so that my paper follows along. So if you see there, if I put them together, then they join up. So I've got it continuing. So that bit, do you know what? I've just realised I've done it on the wrong bit. Oh, how annoying. Right, let's see if I can get it off. I've put it on the back, not the front. Right, really good way to get things off is use your heat gun. It's because I'm rushing today, because I have so much to do, but I should relax. Now that's going to be the back, and I will be putting some cardstock on there for my sentiment like that. Oh no, I didn't do it on there, but I will do to cover this up. So right, so it's going to go like that basically. So that's what I did wrong. Let's start again, and I'm going to use wet glue this time because I've got all that crumb cake on it now. Anyway, I know you like to see when things go wrong, and you know I can still use the DSP. I can fix it. Not an issue. Most things are fixable. Okay, let's start again. Just a bit too high. Come back down a bit. It's because it's curled up with the heat gun. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, there we go. Right, and get my bum folder. Okay, so I've rectified that. I've got glue everywhere, but that's okay. I have a glue eraser, so it will come off. Right, so the next bit that's going to have, let me make sure I do it in the right order. So it's that bit is going to be on, let me see that bit is going to be glued down. So it's this bit here. This bit here is going to have that bit, and that is going to have that bit. Okay. So hopefully I'll have more luck this time. I do like this card, and again, it's it kind of packs a little bit of a wow, but it's also kind of quite quick and easy if you're doing multiples. For example, you could, you know, cut lots of the bases and have them ready to go, and then you just need to cut your DSP. and your sentiments, etc. I've seen a lot of them. Well, there was a challenge to use this design, so that's how I saw it in a stamping group I belong to. Okay. So as you can see there, my picture continues. So now I'm going to glue this down, and I'm just folding over the fold that is going to be glued down, folding it over on the second fold and pushing that down there. Right, and now I've got my column fold. So as you can see, really relatively quick and simple. Now I have got glue everywhere, so I need to try and get rid of that before I start doing stuff, because it's going to stick to the wrong things. I just got these. Stampin' Up used to do them, but I just get them off Amazon, and I've got a box of, I don't know, 5 or 6, I think. So they're good. Right, so I didn't use dimensionals for this one, and I've got it at the top of the sand dune, just kind of to hide the curve, really. And I love that the lemon lolly could use daffodil delight or crushed curry even, just to make it seem like there are lights on. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up with the edge of the card. Get rid of that bit of starry sky. And there we go. So that's my, and then what I did was I had them now going towards the large star. So here are my stars. This is the thin one with the even thinner one on top. I've got a spare of that. And then this is the one I used, is wider, and you have, I'm just keeping an eye on how long. Okay, we're okay for time. So I just need to do the same thing, make sure I've got no glue on my hands. And this is the glow in the dark paper, which unfortunately with all these lights on you probably can't really tell. So I'm just folding along the embossed lines again to give it that, and the diagonals here really seem to help with the dimension. Okay, so that's one. This is the next one. Just do the same on the diagonal, and that will go in there. Or we've got this one. So I used that one. I could try and use, I think the only problem with that is, no, let's try that. Okay, we'll use the different one so you can see. So I'm just going to glue my 3 kings. He's not very well stamped, so he can go there. So he's kind of out of sight, really. I would normally spend a bit more time, but as I said, he's really not going to be seen. And okay, so there's my 3 kings or wise men. And now I've got my star, which I'm going to use. So I added the layers on this with dimensionals to give it a 3D effect. And then I'm just using my wet glue to add it to the top there. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least is my sentiment, and it is from the Stars at Night set, and it is this long one, Celebrate. Oh, that's That's what that was for. Okay, but I have already done it just to save time, and as we've been going quite a while, I will do that. So celebrating the magic of the season. So I stamped it all in one line, and then now I'm going to cut it up. I'm just going to snip it. So I've done celebrating the magic of the season. So of the season. Celebrating the magic. My hands are shaking. I have no idea why. Okay. And literally I can just glue that on with some wet glue. Because at the end of the day, the three kings are celebrating. So celebrating the magic. I need to make sure I've got this straight. Of the season. And this one just slightly goes off the edge. Whoops. Now, because of the stars, I don't actually think you need any more than that. Oh, I do have another star to put together. Let's just pop this one. And pop that up there. And use the glow in the dark paper again. Okay, so there you have it. That's card 2. And I really do like that one. Okay, so card 3, this was a design by Sue Campfield and is probably the hardest. Again, I've got everything ready, and it's so that so I've done it in silver. Basically, it's a fun fold, and look, the star moves. How clever is that? And it's the same designer series paper. So I'm using Night of Navy, and then I've got my piece of designer series paper already cut, and I have already cut my stars to save some time. So let's pop the designer series paper, and I've got your white bit in there for you to write your message. Now again, I've tried to line this, so it's a fun fold, and again this is 14.8 by 26, scored at 10.5, 18.1 and 22.6, but this again is the back, is the larger piece. So I'm just going to line my paper up to make sure I use it in the right order. There, 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 and there. Okay, that's fine. So this bit goes round here. So you see it when you're opening the card, basically, or when you open the envelope. And the designer series paper is, this bit is 7 by 14.3. So the height is 14.3 on all of them. And then I'm going to have this smaller bit here and this bit here. Okay. And then this larger bit is 10 by 14.3. Okay, make sure I've got it the right way up. Yeah. And the white, which is 7 by 14.3. lastly, these two here. So this is the 4 by 14.3. I'm trying to keep them all lined up together. And then this bit here is the 3. Yep, make sure I got that the right way up. I'm just going to line that bottom up with that one. Okay. Right, so there you have your fun fold. So relatively, again, straightforward if you cut all the cardstock. Now this time I've got some silver stars, and I'm just going to layer them with dimensionals. One big one would have been enough, but no, I think they're buried somewhere on my desk. So let's just line that up. And then this little one here. Lovely, beautiful. I did that in, that's like a more metallic silver. Oh, now the thing I haven't got is my bit of paper, cardstock to do my sentiments. So I just need to do that. So I need a bit of Night of Navy, I think it is. Oh, that's not big enough. Yeah, that's big enough. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly, I did stamp and heat emboss that in silver, but I'm just going to stamp it in white to save time. And that is the wishing you the best and brightest holiday season, and then it die cuts that shape. So I apologise for not having had that already. Let's just quickly do that. Where's my block? There it is. Still got a stamp on it, but it's clean. That's okay. Just give that a minute to dry, and I will die cut that with my mini. Right, so let's get rid of these kings because they're taking up space. Now, if you spend in my shop and I send you the kit, I can't send you stamped images, so I will die cut the kings for you, and you just have to pop them on like that. Okay, so the die I need for this one is here, and I'll just really quickly cut that out and try and cut it straight. I'm just going to pop a bit of sellotape on it. Okay. Wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. It's lovely. I think obviously the reference, like the other one I used, the light, because of the stars. So I'm just going to quickly run this through. Okay, and then you need what is Sue Campfield has called the swing mechanism, which is 1.3 wide by 5 centimeters, and then it's got a 3/8 of an inch punched hole, and that's just from Amazon. I use that for punching out to mark my retired stuff. We don't do one that size, so that's fine. And what you do is you take your card and you decide where you want it to go. So we don't want it too low down. That's about right, I think. And work out where that's going to go. And then you take a dimensional. Now I think a large dimensional, I found them, as you can see. I think that's too, yeah, that is too big. So take a mini dimensional. Work out where I want it to go. And I've done it in navy so that it doesn't show, really. The hanging mechanism doesn't show. So I think that's probably about where I wanted to go. Right, so I'm just going to pop that in there. And I'm not doing it so that that is glued down. Now I just need to glue my star onto my mechanism. Okay, so that's good. I'll pop it back so it's hanging, but at the moment it would just fall off. And that's where you then put your label over the top. So more dimensionals, not touching the little bit of the swinging mechanism. But I want to do enough to hold the right, so I'll probably get a couple more in there. I want to make sure that the sentiment is on strongly enough to stay in place. Let's try that. Now I've taken that off so that it will stick to the sentiment. Yes. So how cool is that? I really love that. Really, really pleased with that. In fact, I'm about to make a card for my brother, and I think I'm going to use that sort of thing. Okay, so you can then, oh, obviously I had another silver star. I think I'm out of silver stars actually. Oh, I did have a pack of them. I might have a spare one. The kids are home for half term now. Yeah, I've got one there. Let me see if I can get that out and pop that on. That's a dark one. I want a light silver one. That's, yeah, that's a light one. Let's pop. No, that's a dark one again. Come on, light silver ones. Where are you? There we go. So I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit of glue over here so it's visible. Get rid of these, and I'll show you all 3 cards. Okay, so that is card 3. I think it's, I mean, that is in white. Obviously, I think it probably would be better embossed. So card 3, card 1, and card 2. So I hope you liked today's projects. I have to say I'm absolutely in love with this set, and doing the embossing and the die cutting is just amazing. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to do, any particular Christmas projects you'd like me to do. And don't forget, if you use the host code that's going across the bottom and spend £30 in my online store on anything, clearance rack, whatever, then I will send you tutorial and everything you need, the dies, everything except the stamped images to make these 3 cards 2 lots, so you get 6. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Next week is the Merriest Trees, and that's another set I'm absolutely in love with, and it's great fun. See you next week. Bye.